Hey everyone, this is Nitro. So, since it's Monday, it's time for a new weekly status update on Nitro's setup. So, before I begin this though, I wanted to show the results of my last week's dragon farming so that you guys can get a feel for what kind of, I guess, SSRs you would expect to get if you've been focused on farming the dragon. So I'm just going to bring that up, and here we are. Dragon farm results for last week. So, what I used was 4 burgers, 2 stamina purchases, and whatever extra stamina I have from that day. Because, usually you would use some stamina for doing your dailies, but then there's usually a bit of leftover stamina for a few more dragon runs. So, that's basically, I guess, 4 burgers is 200 stamina, 2 stamina purchases is an additional 240 stamina. There's, I think, 70 stamina from your daily missions, and then whatever additional stamina I have left. So that's what I used for dragon farming, and these were the results of the items that I got from every day. So Monday I got 2 items, they were both garbage, so I alchemied them down. Tuesday, Goddess Dress, Dark Robe, and Frostrend, all 3 were alchemied as well. So with those 2 days, that was 500 Auricolum ore, and then you get a bit more from the daily dragon farm. So with that 600 ore, I did 3 weapon gambles. And the results were a Hydra Bow, which I had dismantled again, a Goddess's Left Hand, and an Alvar's Staff. So far, nothing really good yet. I bolded the good ones, as you can see. So Wednesday, I got my first good item, which is Jormungandr's Eye. And that's one of the best items for Cherry, so I kept that one. And then Thursday, I got a Miracle Staff, finally. So that was equipped on Bozel, but it's only level 20 at this time. And then there were 3 other items: Assault Headgear, Bloody Melody, and the Jord's Feathered Crown. I kept the Feathered Crown for now, but it doesn't have a use yet, because I feel like this one is pretty rare. So that's why I kept it for now, and we'll see if it's useful or not. After that, on Friday, I finished the SS Ultimate Trial and got a Holy Cross. And that one, I already had a copy of, so I now have a level 30 Holy Cross, but it's not used on any of my main characters right now. I'm using it mainly for Guild Wars. There's also a Monkey King's Vest. I think I kept that one. I have no idea what I did with it. To be perfectly honest, I'm sure it's on one of my characters hidden somewhere. Moving on. Saturday, there were another 2. So Reaper's Breath and Peacemaker, both are not that useful. Reaper's Breath has a use for PvP, so I kept this one. But the Peacemaker I broke down. And then finally on Sunday I got 3 more SSRs. Broken Star, which is really a useless hammer. Purgatory, which I kept because it's really one of my first copies of it. And Devil Axe, which I have no use for, so I broke that down as well. So in total, you can see I was getting around 2 to 4 SSRs every day. And it just rapidly adds up, right? If this is around, I would say this is around 14 SSRs in total. So that's 1400 Auricolum ore if you break them all down. I didn't, but you can farm Auricolum ore if you just grind the dragons. And the dragons can, as you level up, the dragons can be automated pretty much. So, you get one of your friends, start a battle up, and you both turn on auto battle. Alright, so that was the results of my weekly dragon grind for last week. So, let's get back into the game now. So, I should say, today, I had around 600 ore when I started this morning. So, I'm just going to open the store, and right at the start of this morning, I did 3 more weapon gambles, because I still desperately need an Ragnarok and an Uller's Bow. So I did those 3 gambles, and the results were honestly not that great. I'll show you shortly, but first I'm going to buy some gold. Because I have so much ore, I might as well buy the gold. Alright. So, the 3 weapon gambles for this week were Bloody Melody, which is acceptable because I'm a level 21. I'm going to level it up to level 50 just because I need a archer and assassin weapon at this point. So going to start leveling one up for Guild Wars. The second one I got was another Goddess's Left Hand. So now I have two of them sitting in unused. And then the third item I got was a Seal Guardian. It's kind of funny because this is my fourth Seal Guardian now. It just means I will now have two level 50 Seal Guardians. So it's not a bad thing to get another Seal Guardian. It's kind of funny because Ringu has been looking for a Seal Guardian for ever since the start of the game, pretty much. We've been farming dragons every week because he's been trying to get a Seal Guardian, but I've been getting them all while he still doesn't have one. So his Leon is still using Last Night. Sorry, Ringu. I just stole yet another Seal Guardian from you. Alright, so, with that said, let's begin the weapon upgrades first. Now you can see that because I was saving up as much as I could and avoiding upgrading. So from 1 week, you can see I just got 2.6 million gold over the course of the week. It would have been even more, but I did do a few upgrades. Alright, so with all that said, I'm going to begin by upgrading the Seal Guardian to level 50. So let's unlock this. And I actually need a few more runes, weapon runes. And this is why I wait till Monday, because then I can just purchase them from the guild shop. You can only have 5 purchases of this, but usually it's enough to get my equipment steadily upgraded. So here we go. First thing to upgrade is the Seal Guardian, and if I were to do this it would take forever, so I'm just going to use the SSR hammers instead. Let's flip it back. Now I can do a few of these. You know what? Let's turn on the quick add, because that's probably the fastest way to finish this off. Why is it using one of these? I have no idea. Okay. One moment. Let me just reopen this, because sometimes quick add does a really weird thing like it just did. Here we go. Alright, so first upgrade took around 600k gold, and I now have a max level Seal Guardian, my second one. Next, I think I have an Oliver's staff somewhere. There we go. So at this point I'm more upgrading, I guess, non-critical items steadily rather than my critical 5 characters, because I still have not picked up a good helm for Leon. Still haven't picked up a good hood for Lana. And then I could upgrade the Miracle Staff, but I'm currently lacking ore. So later this week I'll probably upgrade the Miracle Staff. Same with the Oath of Justice. I'm just lacking ore to upgrade it. Oh, for Lana, last week I did do one upgrade. I upgraded the Holy Ring from level 20 to 30. So it's now been a bit upgraded. But yeah, this week I will actually focus on upgrading those remaining items on my main 5 characters, if possible. So that would be the Holy Ring. Let's see. So I'm going to buy some of these accessory runes now. Let's buy that once. And twice, because just in case I need to bring it to level 50. And then, other than that, I will be upgrading Miracle Staff and Oath of Justice. So let's purchase those as well. So let's go into the store. Let's buy weapon runes of the red variety. There we go. So that's my planned upgrades for the week. Even though I have another Oliver staff, because I don't have the runes to upgrade it yet, and I can't purchase any more runes, I'm going to hold off till the following week. So we'll ignore the Oliver staff, even though I have a spare. Same thing with those goddess staffs, the 2 of them that I have. I'll ignore them for now. But yeah, I'm basically, I guess, in the stage where I'm creating more sets of equipment so that I don't have to keep unequipping and re-equipping characters for Guild Wars. You know, level 30 SSRs or level 40 SSRs are more than enough for Guild Wars. So you don't really need to have max level SSR sets. But yeah, I am starting to build up additional sets, as I said, because it's just easier than having to endlessly unequip, re-equip. It's such a hassle. And I am starting to get a surplus of gold so that I can afford to do so. Alright, so that pretty much covers the upgrades I can make for the week in terms of equipment. Next, let's just quickly do my expedition and then continue. So let's just send out these 3 and then claim and send another expedition out. Actually, let's throw in the weaker characters, as weak as I can use, like that. Okay, and then the last one. %. Just a tiny bit off. Oh well, nothing I can do about that one. Alright, so there we go. So, training grounds. Infantry training ground, I still haven't really upgraded. I'm starting to upgrade the masked maids rather than dark guards, because as I've been saying repeatedly, I'm using Bernhardt less and less. So, starting to upgrade the alternate unit, which is masked maids instead of dark guards, because I'm starting to seriously consider transitioning to using Elwyn, because this week is supposed to be the patch that buffs up Elwyn. So his healing chance is going to increase, and that will make him much more usable. We'll see if it does occur this week. So next week I may start leveling up Elwyn. We'll see. Next. So that was the upgrade for the training ground of infantry. All I could do. Everything else has not really changed. Next is the Lancer training ground. And the first one is Max for Phalanx, which are still level 8. So my priority right now is to bring this to level 9, as well as bring Angels to level 9, because they're level 8 as well right now. So those are my 2 priorities for the week. Although, with that said, I'm still not grinding the Anarchies at all. I'm just doing the weeklies. All my stamina is still going into grinding for SSR items. But the weeklies do let you slowly upgrade these training grounds. So, you know, while I'm a bit behind on soldiers compared to people who maxed it out already, it's not really affecting my ability to clear endgame content. Thus, I see no need to grind them. Especially since I'm not really focused on PvP. If I was focused on PvP, then yes, your priority is to definitely max out your training grounds. But if I'm PvE focused, then maxing out your training grounds is not a top priority at all. So Cavalry Branch is now at level 12. I've unlocked a few units, especially Heaven's Guard, because Heaven's Guard has surprisingly the most number of characters who can use these units, right? Royal Cavalry, for example, you're not going to give it to Leon. And while Emmerich, Leticia, and Lard can use it, I believe most of them can also use... Yeah, Leticia, for example, can also use Heaven's Guard. So, and then Lard and Emmerich use Angels and Gargoyles. So flyers for them. It's only Leticia that needs a Cavalry unit, which is fine with Heaven's Guard. So that's why I haven't bothered to unlock Royal Cavalry yet. Plus, I don't want to grind this training ground. So, with that said though, I'm actually able to slowly level it up just through expeditions. So I'm just going to do those upgrades. So this is, I almost have the Royal Cavalry unlocked. So this was mainly through expeditions. I barely did any, in fact I did no grinding at all on the Cavalry line, and it's level 12. Flyers was grinded, that's why the Angels are level 8. Again, priority is to level it up. And I've been slowly trying to level up the attack of my Angels. that's really been it. So right now, there's no books. I think I did a few upgrades on these two over the last week. So no upgrades right now for the flyer training ground. Archers and assassins, this one has hit level 12 as well. Again, just through expeditions, and I don't even do dailies on this one because I save my weekly dailies for the other energies. But yeah, this one has been steadily upgraded through expeditions, and now I actually have access to samurai and firebrand snipers. I made a mistake here. I should have unlocked the sky archers as well, but I only had 3 books, and I had used them on mist dancers, firebrand snipers, and samurai. So the sky archers are still not unlocked, which is kind of irritating because Narm could use them. But you know, if I get another gold book this week from expeditions, I'll give it to the sky archers, and then eventually I'll unlock ballista catapults as well. But that needs quite a few upgrades, so that will be delayed for sure. Alright, so the final training ground is the Holy One. And not much changes here. I've gotten more burning straps and dark necklaces, so very soon I will have the level 8 Shrine Maidens. Hasn't happened yet, but it should happen this week. Or next Monday, if I save it until then. Other than that, I think this was an upgrade that I made. Sorceresses were level 7 last week, I think. They've now become level 8. And also, the attack tech is nearly maxed out. This one. So it's currently at 14 to 15. So I just need 50 books, gold books, and I'll have this one maxed out. I do the dailies for this, so this will definitely happen this week. So my expectation is I'll have Shrine Maidens level 8 and attack tech at level 15 by next week. So that's pretty much this training ground, you know. In terms of hit points, I still haven't really focused much on it. This one's still level 10, and then this one's all the way down at level 8. So yeah, I've just been focusing on attack to increase the sorceress attack so that they do more damage. And that's it for training grounds. Now I'm going to go open the bonds, which I have not touched for the whole of this week. So let's see if there's any bonds that can be upgraded. Nope. Nothing for Leon. Leon's been maxed out a long time ago. Next is Lana, and I think Lana has a few. Yep, so let's do it. Let's max her out now, since she's one of my most useful damage dealers. But that can't be upgraded, and this can't be upgraded. Okay, so the only one I could max out was her soldiers to increase their attack a bit more. So, 2 characters of my core party are now maxed out. Bozel, I can't even upgrade because I don't have this unlocked. So I'm still waiting on Bozel. In particular, I have barely unlocked his Gate of Fate. So in order to get that one, I would have to do 3 fights on Bozel, which is why I've held off on it. You know what? Bozel's performing fine right now. You know, while this would increase his intelligence as well as survivability, it's not a priority. It's not a priority to upgrade. So I haven't done it. But I will upgrade what he has unlocked. So let's use it. And how quickly my gold disappears, right? Just with 5 upgrades, that was 1 million gold? Yep. But at least Bozel's soldiers are maxed out now. But yeah, that was an expensive upgrade. Next, Bernhard. And I really don't want to waste gold on Bernhard, to be perfectly honest, so I'll leave him alone. So Bernhard's left alone. Ledin, I think, is maxed out as much as I can. Yeah, max, max, max. This one is not even available right now, so I can't upgrade it. And then this one is basically useless to him, because you really shouldn't be using attack for Ledin. So we'll leave him as is. And finally, Liana. Well, let's see. I still have gold to use, so let's upgrade him. Let's max out Liana. So we'll upgrade that one. We'll upgrade this. Is this available? Oh, this item is available. But I haven't cleared 99 Elite yet. So looks like I have to clear 99 Elite so that I can keep upgrading my Liana. Similarly, this needs me to farm for a bit. So let's jump into the map and sweep it a few times. Yeah, let's buy stamina. Alright. So back to Liana. And one more upgrade. Perfect. It is using all my rare exploding heart cheese, so that's why I'm kind of iffy on this, but whatever. Let's keep upgrading it. I'll have more keys by next week. And so both of her techs now need me to clear 99. So that'll be my goal for this week, so that I can upgrade her bonds a bit more. Although this one can be upgraded, so let's do it. Increase her soldier's toughness a bit. And that uses up pretty much all my gold and all of my SSR keys. So now there'll be more upgrades for Liana next week. But right now, she's as upgraded as I can make her for the week. Alright, so that covers the bonds of my characters. My core 6. The other ones don't really matter. Alrighty, so at this point, has anything else changed? Equipment-wise, no. Because I haven't really done any real changes. The only real change was Miracle Staff to equip on Bozal and Oath of Justice on Ledin, but I haven't even upgraded either item yet. So in terms of equipment, all my characters are still the same as last week. Unless, yeah. Because I mean, I actually usually give her Liana, that is. I usually give her the green leaf coat rather than the Tenyo's robe. Because you can see here, right? It's a bit more hit points from the green leaf coat. Although the Tenyo's robe applies this debuff, a chance of debuffing, because it's only level 20 right now. That's why I prefer to give her the level 40. The level 50 SR item. So let me just change back her equipment, because for some reason, Sophia seems to have her equipment set. There we go. Okay. And then let's give Sonya her equipment set back. One annoying thing that I've noticed is that because I now have so many SSRs sitting in my inventory, when I use Quick Equip, it likes to give my characters the SSR items. Even though they're level 1, it likes to equip them in favor of like a level 50. It's quite annoying. So I try, whenever possible, to have all these SSRs equipped on characters so that I can actually use Quick Equip and Quick Remove. There we go. Alright. So, they're mostly out of the way now. And throw this one here for now. Okay. So at this point, that pretty much covers everything. Oh, there is one final thing. Because it has been the new month for a week, right? You can get your two runestones of the month. So there is one from the Honor Store for 1 runestone, and then the second one would be from your guild store for 3,000 guild medals. So I've been trying to decide who I'm going to use these 2 runestones on, and I think the character I'll use it on is Lana. Because right now I have to choose between... There's only a few choices for me right now, right? My core party is these 6 characters up here, right? Leanna doesn't need them. Bernhard I already used up. Bozal is maxed. Leon has his 2 double class masteries. Ledin has his 2 double class masteries. So the only character I have left who doesn't have double class mastery is Lana. So that's the 2... That's where my 2 runestones are going into. And after that, I'll have to start deciding on which characters to level up. You know, could be Cherry, could be Altoy Muller, could even be Zerida. So we'll see. I'm still making that decision, but there's no rush for me because first of all, I still have to finish up getting Leon to 6-star. I still need 44 shards on him, so that's 11 days. So next week, Leon will be 6-star. Then I'll have to pick a new character to grind up to 6-star at that point. Right? Lana, I've been grinding up, so she's still steadily moving towards her 6-star state. And it's also the other reason why I want to get double class mastery on Lana. So these two will be 6-stars, and at that point I'm going to have to choose other characters, which is probably going to be Ledin, because he's my main tank. So he's going to be taking one of the 4 slots, and then the other character to take a 4 slot, is the decision I have to make. Maybe Cherry or Zerida. It's one or the other. So we'll see. It's going to be exciting. I'm seriously considering leveling up Zerida because A, I got her, and B, I use so many dark characters as it is, right? There's Bozo, there's Lana, there's Bernhardt. So Zerida would fit in pretty well with that. The other alternative, of course, is to 6-star up Elwyn. It's always an option because, you know, Elwyn's just a great DPS character, and since he can faction buff, it would benefit Ledin for the few maps where I may want someone else to faction buff for Ledin. But we'll see. That one's more up in the air because what I'm finding is from my experience in playing the Time Rift and so on, I'm finding that Sophia, with her rewind, can make Ledin be able to faction buff and Divine Guard for like the first 6 turns or so. And that's more than enough for to kill off most of the enemies. So, in effect, it means I actually don't need Elwyn. Because let's say what happens very often is first turn, Ledin faction buffs, right? Second turn, Ledin Divine Guard. And then second turn as well, Sophia uses Rewind. So then third turn, Ledin can actually attack. Fourth turn, he'll Divine Guard again. And then fifth turn, he'll faction buff again. So he can maintain both his faction buff as well as Divine Guard. So just because Sophia can rewind it. So with that combination, and then of course if I still need him to Divine Guard again, Liana with her again can refresh Ledin's turn so that he can activate Divine Guard once more. So it basically lets you keep Divine Guard up for I think around 6 turns in total. Which, given most maps, last like what? 10 turns, 15 turns? Those 6 turns of Divine Guard is enough to crush pretty much all the melee enemies that come at you. So, yeah. It means I actually don't need Elwyn. So, yeah. The choice then is either Cherry, Zerida, or finish off Liana to 6-star. Because at 6-star, apparently, Liana dispels 2 debuffs rather than 1. So, lots of choices there. As the date gets closer, I'll make that decision. In the meantime, though, it's just, yeah, leveling up this main party. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because I no longer really use Bernhardt much, and I don't really use Tieris or Cherry. So that's it for this video. Yeah, it's just been incremental upgrades, I guess, is the best explanation. I could have, just a quick note, because I did 6 gambles in total, right? Over the last week. Those 6 gambles was 1200 ore, or a column ore. That's equal to 4 epic martial spirits. I could have maxed out this Oath of Justice if I had 4 epic martial spirits. So that would have been 3, and then I could have also leveled up Bozel's Miracle Staff. But I guess the best way to explain why I've been gambling is because there's no content in the game right now that I can't clear. Even though I'm lacking a bit of combat power that I would have if I leveled up these items, I also don't need them. I've been clearing the SS Ultimate Trial last week just fine. I can clear all the dragons, level 65. So there's no longer any real priority for me to increase my power anymore. So rather than increasing my power, I'm now spreading out my resources to upgrade additional equipment sets and so on. When I get more Oath of Justices, sure, I'll upgrade it. But in the meantime, I don't need to, I guess, purchase Epic Martial Spirits just to upgrade an Oath of Justice. And yeah, that's it for this video. I know in terms of the ranking in power, I have been dropping because my focus is no longer on growing my party of 6. So I'm now ranked 15, and my strongest hero is nowhere near the top, right? These people have 6,000 point Leons. My Leon is only 5,200. So it's not anywhere close to the top, but it's enough for me to win. So I guess that, and in the end, to me, that's what truly matters. So, one last thing I should mention, and this is about Ledin. It's been very interesting because I had a discussion with my guild, I guess my vice captain and guild vice captain, Harem King. And Harem King has the top Ledin on our server. Let's see. Yep, you can see. If I bring up strongest heroes, here we are. His Ledin is at 5,711 power. And it's actually kind of funny because everyone else has DPS. You see Bozos, you see Leons, you see Lanas, but you don't really see a tank. And you have to go all the way down to number 18 before you hit a second tank that's in the top. Yeah. So, in any case, but yes, I was having discussions with Harem King about I guess increasing Ledin's strength because mine is only at 4,800. And what he mentioned was, first, a huge part of Ledin's power comes from having max level Phalanx. So the fact that my Phalanx are not very upgraded is what's really costing me a lot of power on Ledin. For example, if I bring this up right now, my Phalanx are only level 8, and I don't have very many techs here that are upgraded. So that's one reason why I'm so far behind him in power, close to 1,000 points. The second reason, he explained, was because of the enchants. Okay. Well, other than the fact that I'm using a level 20 weapon as opposed to level 50 weapon, but the bigger thing that's affecting power is the enchants. And I'm going to bring up the the Gamepedia article on enchanting, just so you're all aware. And I'm just going to change the view. Here we go. Alright, so this is the Langrisser Gamepedia, and their enchant article actually tells you the maximum and minimum per type for the enchants. So it's actually quite interesting because looking at weapons, for example, weapons cap out at 15% attack and 31 attack value. Okay, that's a lot of attack. But if you're trying to give it defense and magic defense, those only cap out at 5%. And you can only get an additional value of 7. So it's an interesting point because effectively, if you actually want your power score to be as high as possible, right? You want every value at max. So you want, let's say, 15% attack, 15% int or something, and then maybe like 10% hit points. And getting this would give you your maximum total power. However, getting that kind of enchant on Ledin is actually effectively useless, right? So, in some ways, getting the absolute highest power is a waste. Because while you can have a lot of power, your actual combat performance would be crap. Because, let's be honest, for Ledin, you would want the 5% defense, 5% magic defense, ideally. And maybe 10% hit points, right? That's for the weapon. You would certainly not want attack value or int. And then similarly, so This article is actually quite useful. It tells you the maximum enchants that you can get for every equipment slot. And yeah, by all means, you should probably refer to it when you're figuring out the enchants that you want, because this tells you the max values, so you know whether you should keep re-rolling for enchants or not. And at this point, I'm just going to jump back into the game. So, jumping back into the game, he mentioned, actually, it was interesting because he mentioned that essentially my Lenin has pretty similar enchants to his. So, in terms of enchants, we're pretty similar. It's the difference in combat power, that 1000 combat power, is through A, soldiers, B, the fact that my Oath of Justice is only level 20 as opposed to level 50, and C, I believe he mentioned that he had his Lenin fully mastered, so it had the general class as well. And last but not least is the fact that my Lenin is currently only 4 stars. So, a bunch of different aspects is costing me close to 1000 power in comparison to my guildmate. So just an interesting point. And it just shows that, you know, getting max level SSR items as well as getting very good enchants is absolutely critical to the stats that you would have. So that's everything that I wanted to say in this video. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you found it useful. And, you know, if there's anything you wanted to know or something that I missed in this video, please let me know and I'll try to improve it for the next week. On that note, Nitro out.